Hi everyone, it's Karen from the Geordie Grandma. Welcome back to my channel. Today I would like to talk about podcasts. These are 6 podcasts that I have listened to recently. I do like a podcast. I usually wake up quite early in the morning or middle of the night, usually 2-3 o'clock, and I don't always want to get out of bed, so listening to a podcast is always a good thing. I like to go for walks, so I like to listen to podcasts then. If we go on drives, I like to listen to podcasts. So I thought I would share the 6 podcasts that I've listened to in the last couple of weeks and that I've really enjoyed. So the first one is a podcast called 5 Minutes to Change Your Life by Joanne Mallon. And these are just 5-minute podcasts. So there's lots there to listen to. A kind of idea snacks to help improve your life. So things to do with stress, things to do with goal setting. She also has A to Z of how to lift yourself, which I thought was a really good idea. So there's 26 letters in the alphabet. Yes, there is. There's 26 different little snack ideas of how to lift yourself. And one I listened to recently was G is for gratitude, which I'm all about at the moment. I have myself a little gratitude journal that I jot things down in. So it's a really good idea to think about gratitude. But they're easy to dip into, if you just want 5-10 minutes to listen to something, then I highly recommend 5 Minutes to Change Your Life with Joanne Mallon. The second one I listened to is called Nothing Much Happens, and these are around 30 minutes, and these are really, really good if you do wake up through the night and you want to try and get back to sleep. Nothing Much Happens is quite interesting. The concept is that they tell you a story, and it's just a short story, maybe 10 minutes, where nothing much happens. So the one I listened to recently was called The Librarian, where she is just talking about, it's the end of the day, the library's closing, she's putting books back on the shelves, and basically that's it, nothing much happens. And she's got one of these really quiet, calm, slow ways of talking. So she'll tell you the story and then she'll tell it again and she will go even slower. So it makes you feel sleepy. So by the time you've listened to that podcast, you may have actually nodded back off to sleep. There's quite a few in there to listen to. I've only listened to a couple, but The Librarian has been my favourite. I love books, I love libraries, so listening to that made me feel really relaxed and calm, and probably did send me back off to sleep. Today's video is being sponsored by Raycon Everyday Earbuds. They recently sent me some earbuds to let me show you on my channel. So they are gel-tipped wireless earbuds, which I really like, the wireless fact of it, because like I've said, I like to listen to podcasts through the night, and the wireless earbuds are just really good because it means that I haven't got the wires tangled around us, and also they have active noise cancelling, so it means I don't have to be bothered by Warren snoring or cat snoring or anything like that. I can actually listen to the podcast in peace. So this is the box that they come in. It's a tiny little hard case pack with the earbuds in them, so that's what they look like. They're very small. They have got the gel-tipped earpiece. Those little earpieces on the end come in another 4 different sizes. So they come with one on, and they also have an extra 4 sizes. So they can suit a range of different sized ears. Find one that fits you the best and fits snugly so it's not going to fall out. They are very soft. They don't hurt your ear at all. They just fit really comfortably in your ear. So to put them in your ear, you put them with the logo, which is on the little earbud there, facing upwards, and they do have an L and a R on the earbud, so you know which ear to put it in. So it just fits into your ear like that, and the other one. So I've got the right ones to fit my ears, and they feel really, really comfortable. And you can see I'm also wearing earrings, and it's not going to bother the earring. It's not going to hurt my ear by fitting over the earring like those big headphones can. And you can see I don't have any wires, so I'm not going to get tangled up in anything. They do have a tap function, and the little leaflet that comes with the earbuds explains all of the tap functions. If you want a little bit more information, then you can scan the QR code and you'll get some information on what taps mean what. So you can fast forward, you can raise the volume, turn the volume down, you can pause, you can either answer your phone with the taps that you will need to learn to use them. Like I said, they have active noise cancelling, so you're not getting any surrounding sound to bother you. But what I like about these as well is they also have an awareness mode feature. So if you are using them to walk outside, you don't want the noise cancelling bit, because you want to be able to hear the traffic when you're crossing roads. So the awareness mode feature means you can raise the external noise, so it's not going to be so dangerous when you're out walking and maybe you're listening to music. You will still be able to hear the traffic and what's going on around you. The earbuds also come with their own little charging cable, and you can charge them in the case. There is the little socket there to plug into, and 10 minutes charging will give you 1.5 hours of battery life. So really quick. If you think, I want to go out for a walk, oh dear, my headphones aren't charged, then you just plug in for 10 minutes and you've got 1.5 hours walk where you can listen to your hot content. The earbuds come in 6 different colours. I chose the blue just because blue is my favourite colour. You can also get an extra everyday protective case to use with your earbuds. These come in 4 or 5 different colours. I chose this one, which is like an ocean blue, and the little case just fits inside of there, and you can just pop it in your bag, and it's like a silicone feel, so it's not going to scratch anything if you've got anything in your bag that could be scratched. And again, you can keep it in the case while you're charging it. I really do like these wireless earbuds. I think they're very comfortable. I love the fact that they're wireless, and I love the fact that they've got an awareness mode as well, so it's not dangerous when you're walking outside. With Black Friday and Cyber Monday coming up, Raycon have actually got a good discount for you. You can get up to 30% off the everyday earbuds, and I think some of their other things as well. And you get free shipping. So just click my link below to go over and have a look and grab yourself a bargain with that up to 30% discount. Either buy them as a gift for somebody for Christmas or treat yourself. So the third podcast is Quick Book Reviews. You may have heard of this one. It's quite a popular podcast, and it is by a lady called Philippa Hall. And again, these are 30-minute podcasts. So if you love books and you want to find out more about books that you maybe want to read, this is a really good one for you. Philippa does 3 book reviews that she's read herself, so they're not, obviously because they're only 30 minutes in total, the whole podcast, they're very quick book reviews. So she tells you 3 books she's read and what she thought of them, and then she interviews an author about their most recent book that they've written, and then she gets the author to recommend 3 books that she's liked to read. So that is a really interesting podcast if you're wanting to, find lots more different books to read. I always find that getting book recommendations from lots of different people is a good way to kind of step out of your comfort zone and maybe read a book that you wouldn't have picked off the shelf yourself or wouldn't even have heard of yourself. If you go into a bookshop, there's lots of different sections. You may not even go into some of the sections, like the sci-fi one, but if you hear somebody reviewing it, you may think to yourself, you know what, maybe I might like to read that. So yeah, I definitely recommend the Quick Book Reviews by Philippa Hall. The 4th podcast I found, and I'm really enjoying this, and Warren's actually enjoying this as well, and it's called The Rest is Entertainment. And this is a podcast that is by Richard Osman and Marina Hyde. and they are 30 to 45 minutes long, and you can also find this on YouTube as well, so you could watch it if you didn't want to listen to it. And they basically discuss anything to do with TV, film, celebrity gossip, books, things like that. And it's not just reviews of the shows. That's not really what they do. They talk about kind of behind the scene things. So one thing they were talking about was they were discussing how when you have celebrity versions of quiz shows, do the celebrities actually know the rules? Because a lot of them have say they've never watched the show before. So Richard Osman was telling you all about what it was like to try and explain the rules to some of the celebrity guests and how they're not listening. They talked about behind the scenes of the Below Deck series. So do the contestants, or not really contestants, do the people who pay to go on these boats, do they actually pay for it? It was interesting to hear about the backstory of that. They even talked about which actors use they call them earwigs to be fed lines through. So that was quite interesting. So they talk about different things on every podcast, and like I say, they're about 30 to 45 minutes long. That is definitely a good one for the car. If you're going on a long journey, you could just, listen to loads of those. And if you're wanting something a little bit more interesting through the night, then that is also a good idea. The fifth one is a podcast called Strangers on a Bench. Now there is only, I think there's 6 or 8 episodes of this at the moment, and I'm not sure if he's doing another series of it. And it's by a guy called Tom Rosenthal. And I thought this was a really interesting concept. They're about 30 minutes long. And the idea is he's in London. I'm not sure if he goes around different places. I think these are all set in London. He goes up to somebody who's sitting on a park bench and he says, "Can I sit next to you and just have a chat and record it for a podcast?" And obviously some people have said, yes, fine, sit down. And he just sits down and he generally talks about random things. So, what do you like about London? What's the most interesting thing in your life at the moment? Or what are you going to do next? So he's just general questions that he's asking people that kind of draws out things about them and about their lives. You never know who they are. He doesn't mention their names. I don't even think he asks their names. But I found the one I listened to last week, which was a young girl who was doing graphic design at uni. I found it really interesting to listen to. It's not something I would ever do, go up to somebody on a park bench and say, "Can I chat to you?" But yeah, I think that's a really interesting concept. So that might be something that you would want to listen to, Strangers on a Bench. And the 6th and final podcast I listened to in the last couple of weeks is called Comfort Eating with Grace Dent. Grace Dent, if you don't know who she is a food critic. She's quite often on as a guest judge on MasterChef. She's really funny. I think she used to be on the Big Brother side show quite often as well. She's really interesting to listen to. And the one I listened to recently, the Comfort Eating, was an interview she did with Stanley Tucci. And they're about 40 minutes long, and she gets them to come to her house, and she says, bring along your favourite snack or favourite comfort meal, and they bring along something and they discuss the food, and she kind of interviews them and asks them questions about their life. And it's all food related. So, what was it in your childhood? What was your favourite comfort food in your childhood? What snacks what food do you associate with this country? What food do you associate with that holiday? So it's like an interview around food, but about that person as well. And they're all celebrities. I noticed she's got one with Vanessa Feltz, and there's lots of different ones. Stanley Tucci is the one that stuck out because I quite like Stanley Tucci. And Grace Dent actually has an autobiography out of her own called Grace Dent Hungry, which is all food related. So if you like food, and you like listening to podcasts, that's an ideal one for you. Incidentally, Stanley Tucci doesn't like British baked beans. He says they're just a no. So you may not get on with them for that. So those are the 6 podcasts that I've been listening to recently. I hope you found that interesting. If you listen to any podcasts that you think I might like, let me know in the comments below. And remember, if you want to get 30% off those Raycon Everyday Earbuds, click the link in my description box below to get up to 30% off. So that's all I've got for you today. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.